What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing today? Happy Thirsty Thursday, y'all. DRockDrizzle in the house with another Avowed stream today. I'm super excited to be getting back into Avowed here. Hopefully, gonna finish the game up today. We're right at the end here. We're about to meet Sapadal, or however you pronounce the god's name. So I'm quite excited to meet Sapadal. Whatever exposition and combat that involves. Then I do know there's one more final quest after that. So we're going to go straight into that. I'm hoping we can get the full game completed today. But if for whatever reason we are not able to, tomorrow I will be doing a bonus stream. It'll probably be only about an hour long because I doubt we'll have that much of the game left at around 4:30 West Coast time, depending on when I get out of work. But to be honest, hopefully we can just get the game done right here, right now. So without wasting any more time, without further ado, y'all, let us jump back into Avowed and finally wrap this game up. It's been, quite a roller coaster adventure. Great start, a little slower on the midsection, but as soon as those, impactful story decisions start to hit, I was back on board the hype train, and I'm quite excited to finally see this through. Let's jump right into it and see what happens, right? Happy Thirsty Thursday, y'all. Grab a drink. Let's go find Sapadal.
How are you feeling?
Woo. Yeah, we're going Kai and Giada. Alright. Let's do this, y'all. Vanania! Or whatever. Part of me thinks this is like a trap with those rotating. Oh boy. And a weird laser thing.
Sapadal's prison, I think. What else could it be?
Sapadal, not
Time
Sapadal.
to shut it down
Sapadal.
forever.
Let's look around. There's got to be a mechanism somewhere around here.
Also, as a reminder, guys, in one of the early episodes when we were in the first zone, we did charge up that, I guess, mechanical body that was supposed to be a vassal for a different god. So I do believe we were going to lean on the saving Sapadal and not killing her. And I think there's a way to actually get her infused into that body, which would be really cool. Well, let's see what happens, y'all. Game's a bit... Finally making things a bit brighter here on my end. You know what? I'm going to make it just a hair brighter. I've been dealing with this monitor. It's a newer monitor, and it's a great monitor. Had checked off all the boxes you want for a gaming monitor, but even brightness-wise. But on HDR, like, even when HDR is on, my fucking games are just way too dark, y'all. Like, this is on 100% brightness right now. Well, that's a little bit better. I increased the contrast a little bit, so let's see. Yeah, that should help. Or is that too dark now? Whatever. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, right? Let's see. I'll try one last thing here. I don't know. Sorry, y'all. I don't want to make it too bright in-game either. think we're gonna actually just crank this up to 100. Colors really be popping now. And I think that's to be the closest we're gonna have to. Oh shit, that hurts. That hurts. Yeah, I think this will be as close as we're gonna get to the stream, and this looking accurate. Wild that I had to turn up brightness and contrast all the way, but yeah. Alright, that's definitely not the way we need to go there. Let's go. Fuck. Let's do this. And I'm gonna do this. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, it's hitting something. Definitely probably also a little bit weaker than it should be at this point in time. Alright, good.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Okay. Oh, my sweet baby guy. That's cool looking. Not that way we're supposed to go. Oh. Dead bear? Interesting. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Sorry, y'all. Got hit with a sneeze fit there. Alright. Let's go. I gotta do it. Ow. I had to find out. Interesting. But hey, I love that I'm getting fully healed back up. So, can't complain. Can't complain at all. At least not too much, you know. Well, I'm still poisoned and losing a little bit of health, but all things considered, I'll take that, you know. Can I fight you from up here? Oh, I can. If only I fucking had a... you know, a fucking gun that would fucking reach from up here. Let's see, can I do that again? Wow. Come on. Can you go down, boys? Yeah, because it ain't dead yet. I don't wanna fuck with that shit. What? What the fuck was that? Whatever the fuck that was all about. Honestly, still have no idea how I almost died there. Alright. Oh well. And now we're down. Come on. Hello, is there anyone that's fucking come down here? Giada. Oh, fuck me. Oh, are you kidding me right now, Giada? This is the way I gotta do it. This is the way I gotta do it, you know? That works. You know, you can't fit in here. I don't know where the fuck my fucking companions are in this. That didn't work out well. But hey, I'm basically got unlimited fucking mana right now. Oh, fuck, you do come in here. Come on. Let's fucking die already, please. Come on. Ah. Thanks for nothing, Kai. Mage folk arm. Great. What does this mean? We're gonna have to get every single fucking body part of theirs? Ugh, that's annoying. Oh, well, it's gonna be what's gonna be, I guess. Don't look like I can go down there, can I? No.
Careful with that thing. It's a mind of its own.
I never knew I wanted to see something so badly.
Oh, what?
Here we go.
Are they fighting each other? Dream Home. Ah. The Dream Thralls are gonna fight everyone by the looks of it, but do we help out? Alright, let's do that, and down we go. We definitely want to be using those. Come on. Lots of fights here. This is a good time. You know, basically just a mage. There we go. Keep it up, boys. And Giada. There we go. There we go. Fuck yeah. And you're dead too. Alright. That was had a lot going on there. Topaz? Hell, so I'm gonna check everybody here for all the topaz. Diamonds, topaz, the fuck?
So,
Alright,
this is
Sapadal.
how you imprison a god.
Keep your guard up. We gotta live to tell this tale.
This is cool. I have a feeling when I get our choice of destroying or freeing from here. Oh fuck. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Coming from the rear.
Fuck. Come on. Let's see what kind of Alright. Fuck, man. The fact that they're pristine and there's a couple of them, that's what's making this. Oh, he's actually staying out of this a little more than I expected him to. So I guess that's good. What? Oh my god, fucking teleported. There we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. I love how I'm basically not running out of fucking essence anymore, and I don't know if it has to do with being here or just the skills of my build now, but I can't really complain. Ah, not hurt. All right, this is chaotic, but hey, this is what we signed up for. Come on, I'll pull you off with some ice there, boy. Boom. Boom. Come on. Got a lot of fucking bodies to loot after this, too. Come on. My weapon's not doing the job, he says. Well, motherfucker, well, guess what? We're getting through it. It ain't pretty. Come on. All right.
Need a hand.
Come on. Boom. Come on, almost there. Holy
You got
crap.
better aim than a sharpshooter, Giada.
It's a weird line to tell mage slash cleric, healer, whatever the fuck she is. I'll grab that. Oh, fuck. What is making me weigh so... Oh. Armors would do it. Especially these random heavy armors I'm picking up. There we go. Got lots of materials out of it at least. Gotta grab all the loot skis. Give me that loot. 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 Give me that loot. 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 I want that baby back loot. Alright. Stop one. No? Didn't stop it. Me with my fucking greaves. Then heavy armor, everything else. Oh no, I'm medium armor now. Oh.
You have come at last, after so long. You are so small. We questioned if you were real. Then steps, a voice, through armies and corrupted soil. You persevered. Now, you are here.
Hell yeah.
The rot. We feel it festering and spread. Your dream scourge will end when our... We were innocent once,
Yup.
but the other gods imprisoned us. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh. She begs for our blood.
Yup.
Her wolves defile the city on the shore. Blood on the tile.
Oh shit.
The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the god... A mountain of essence. We strain, but it will move for you. We were everything. What have we lost? We could run, leap in the water. We must. We mourn our past.
Okay.
We only seek peace now. A chance to regrow. We trust you. You met death, and you offered your... And where you know, give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity. Do you think we have... We deserve more than this prison? Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear? Yes, the time has come. End our pain.
All right,
and
I
the
guess we'll
dream
free her, right?
scourge will cease. Give us... Center, clear the fog, tear down the gates. We were so blind, so lost. We brought such hope. We feel bright. We will grow. We will remember you when you are ash. And
Aw. Nice. Damn. Fuck it. Paradis? Honestly, same. Just been like,
Andra's
All right.
depths.
It's Paradis.
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
This is Sapadal's doing. I'm certain of it. No power in Aora could transport us so quickly, or so far.
All right, hold on. Trying to see how we can. Fuck it, whatever.
We'll have time for that later.
Are you seeing this? I don't think Paradis looked like this when we left it.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Boy.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
Hey, at least you didn't let 6 years go by.
Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time?
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strength.
Look at this place. Feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor. And steel Garrote banners past the barricades.
Fuck the steel
That
Garrote.
can't be good.
Even Raingrim is here. Perhaps we'll get to see.
I think I see Elia as well. What a
The Blessed Day Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
I wonder who struck first.
If he didn't start this...
The steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time.
Before we go, what happened back...
I'm not sure. That's good, right?
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be...
Yeah.
Time will tell, like...
After all this time, they're free. And the...
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god.
Let's return.
Here and God entwine. The flower shades the soil in which it grows.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing.
People seem to be gathering west of here.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. I guess it doesn't really matter. Whatever. I'm fucking tired of that. Tired of this, Grandpa. Let's do it, bad. Let's do that. Well, maximum health ain't necessarily a bad thing, right, y'all? Fuck it.
Sansa, how did you make...
They marched in with no warning. I couldn't think. I just ran. Envoy! What does the Garrote think they're... It's an outrage. What did the art...
No.
They broke some glass. They didn't think I was worth it.
Right now, that's a good thing.
Yep.
If you're looking for survivors,
How many?
I'm not sure. I am sorry. On the very...
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the Ballarine.
Envoy, wait! I took some supplies when I...
Oh.
I'll even give you a discount.
What do you got? Let's see. Do we have an DRock? Oh, wait, well, maybe this. No? Alright. Let's see what the fuck's going on.
Why is there snow here?
Right?
Ringrim's work. I heard she made it snow in Shatterscar.
We meet again, Envoy. Paradis burns, thanks to Lodwyn and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the
It wouldn't be the first time.
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within centuries. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions. Perhaps. A new god being set loose on the world is certain to have consequences. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice. Ah, that mortal zeal. Always. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end.
Also on fire.
Mortal comforts are so very adorable. All you desire.
Yeah, pretty much.
Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later. Keep moving, envoy. The sooner we get where we're going, the better.
No, get back here.
Well, Paradis has really gone downhill, hasn't it?
Is there anyone else to talk to around here? I guess not. The fuck?
I know it's crowded, but I promise we're safer in here.
Aww.
Envoy, you're back! We came running as soon as we saw the ships. I'm not very tough. Tazarac probably saved my life. I've never seen a Zorep fight like that. I didn't know he had it in him.
Aww, it's actually kind of
We
really
wouldn't be here
cute,
without
sweet.
you. We wouldn't be here without you.
It's actually cool seeing like a lot of those, you know, characters from side quests, you know, reappearing right now. Bitch, who you? Gonna take everyone's fucking food though. If I'm saving all y'all's life, I'm taking all your food. Anyone here I know? No one? No one? Yeah, no, I don't know. Interesting. Whee! Alright. God damn.
Where have you been?
Where haven't I been? I journeyed to the heart of the living lands, where time held its breath, and dreams had more substance than reality.
Envoy, I knew you'd
Jeez.
show up eventually.
It's good to see a familiar face.
My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is a job for the undead. So I gathered the flock. Likewise. Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever, my revenants are docile again. No more rude displays of aggression. Indeed. The metaphysical best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing.
Thank you,
Nice.
Aya. My compliments to the flock, as always.
I wasn't worried until she said that. Let's get out of here.
We know you. Did you help us? We must have seen you in a dream. Adelaro. Does he fight for us? Why do we think of this name?
Oh
I
shit.
smell steel.
I thought Belena would be safer if she were here with me.
Did she not fully turn? Was this the ones that
Deus
like
sang for us. We must help you.
she and her boyfriend were like out fucking in the woods and he fully turned and she was just slightly crazy?
How's Casagrada?
As prepared as he'll ever be.
Who knows? Maybe all this will make a hero. Nobody's taking Paradis.
I'll stay back here. The others can provide close-range support. I can do this. I have to do this.
Yeah, you do. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. These dead folks. They won't be needing it. Ah. Oh, yeah, I'm in. Sorry, y'all. No disrespect. My bad. They fucking set all this shit up fairly quickly, even if it's been a couple weeks. Like, god damn.
Envoy, how did you... I don't know. Where did you come from? You just appeared out of nowhere. Ah, your face. We all wondered whose godlike you were. But listen to me rambling. Forgive me, Envoy. I won't... As much as you can. I suppose I'd just like for us to live lives that are free. For us. Not idea.
I agree.
It's going to be up to you, Envoy. I know you have much to do.
Respect, dude. Respect. No one to talk to here? Alright. It's gonna be nighttime. No? Good. I was gonna say it'd be weird if it's nighttime.
Do you think you could teach me to shoot?
Sure, but why? You know spells that'll knock him.
Yeah. I'd sooner do that. Let's do it. Let's see, can we craft any of these? 9.
An ogre on their back.
I've seen some very pretty guns. I think the right one would fit with my outfit, and I'd hate to miss out.
Fair enough.
Nice.
There you are,
Fucking
Envoy.
Yasti.
You ready for this? You're probably right. I guess it helps we have a god on our side, right? I mean, a god beats a skeleton knight any day. This is just cleanup. Just figuring out who controls the living... You said it. Anyway, you should get some rest. Oh, if you need to rehearse any speeches or whatever, make sure you do it in front of someone else. I promise you I've heard it. Talk to you later, Envoy.
I love Marius. He actually cracks me up a lot.
So, here we are. Try praying instead of just hoping. Metaphysically, the battle is already over. But politically... I intend to send a message to the Steel God. Anyway,
Nice.
who knows what tomorrow will bring? Good advice, but I'd rather stay away. Besides, I need to tinker on the phantasmal focus. Don't stay up too late. I'll tell you whatever I know. Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well, but I suspect if there's anything you've been dying to learn... Very well. Hold your questions to the end if you don't mind. Other now, let you drifted up. Really? Well, aren't you the clever one? No harm done, of course. I don't mind. Besides, a little nap is good for the soul. I slept through my share of lectures. That's all I have to teach you for now.
Nice.
I'll
Giada's a
chime in
real
if
one.
anything else comes. Pleasant dreams.
Nice.
We should take a moment to acknowledge you liberated the god of the living lands. That's quite a gamble you made. I admire, if not for you, Sapadal would still be pasting, which means you have leverage over a god. That's a lot of responsibility. Sapadal's imprisonment shaped this island. Now that we cannot know if the living lands will normalize or...
That's true.
For better or worse, change. Maybe you'll find some comfort in prayer.
Change is
now that
indeed
one of the
inevitable.
gods is listening. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up.
Those who
Subject
don't learn
matter is
from
a
the
bit
past are
much for our
deemed
little camp.
to do it again, or whatever the saying is.
You're too kind. I want you to know this has been an unforgettable experience. Until next time. You too.
Oh, and that illusory blizzard to enter the domain.
Let's go.
Genius.
Envoy, didn't think I'd be seeing you again. From one battlefield to...
Keep moving, Envoy. The sooner we get where we're going, the better.
Maybe it's the after the battle that we get to put Sapadal in the... There we go.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the...
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nakutadek?
The origin of the Dream Scourge? It was the act of a god this whole time?
You didn't fucking listen to
Everyone,
me.
Please, please. We could get... It's been weeks, Envoy.
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge.
But the plague isn't over. Dream Thrall still litter Shatterscarp.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. This will be a process. The Dream...
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that... What of this god, then?
Suppose God, the godless and the god of the living lands.
Lodwyn had intimated that this land grew a new god.
Giada and I have some theories about the nature of the Adra in the living lands.
I'd say we're past the point of theorizing.
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, then a gradual accumulation of essence could coalesce into a being in the beyond.
Much like the formation of gemstones. All it...
Wodka, no doubt, saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she...
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradis? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Nakutadek was riven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
We saw similar destruction at Nakuku Bell. If these roots and the Dream Scourge are the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
For now. Who's to say they don't get their feathers in a ruff again and wipe us all out with a tsunami?
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this
Sapadal's power ravaged my people.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godly. But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. Inquisitor Lodwyn has already joined the battle. She must have...
Yep.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
She's seen better days, but you wouldn't know.
Lodwyn's plowed through the militia like a knife through warm...
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
Oh, cheer up. You wouldn't... So long as her passion for Wodica lives.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp.
Oh, good.
It is not, I think, impossible. Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't It was Lodwyn who...
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city.
We've had no news from inside for several. From what we can observe, southern Paradis is in pieces, and the remaining militia batters at the...
Is there nothing our people can...
Given the state of our supply routes after the Dream Scourge, and this... We expect the people trapped inside will run short of fresh food and clean water in...
We brought as many Hail and Able from Thirdborn as would come. But after the Dream Scourge and our losses from Nakukubel, we could spare so few. I worry it won't be enough.
See what, how we do
Likewise,
this.
my wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair, particularly if we are to endure a siege. Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against the steel garrote for the sake of Paradis, not when we are so few.
Hold on. Whatever. Doesn't seem like I can do much with. I'm still curious about the body
We
from
can't
the
agree
Dawn
on how
Threader
to
quest.
stand against the steel garrote, nor who should.
Nobody wants to risk their people.
So you let the Paradis militia go it alone?
Even if our meager force, the siege won't end until Lodwyn does, and none of you know precisely. The lawful settlement of a new, or the establishment of a Wodican state. She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would serve as a powerful endorsement. Somewhere inside that hollow head of hers, I believe she always hoped she'd turn you to her side. Remember, she has an obligation to Wodica, and neither the Steel Garrote nor the Queen that was look kindly upon Oathbreakers.
Because a victory here would the better question is, why
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This
That's
isn't
funny.
my fault.
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not...
You could start with blaming.
I fucking killed her, like.
Lodwyn's the muscle. I'm merely the personality. What was I
What good are you as a diplomat if you can't even keep your own?
The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against Adir that she'd... One people, one law, one true god. That's... What passes between Lodwyn and her men, or between Lodwyn and the Emperor, for that matter. But if I had to guess, this was the alternative.
Your empire is doing what it does best.
Your republics are hardly any different. Their intentions in the dead fight.
As you say, we left the republics.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait to...
I know it will. We are leading by example, returning order and dignity to Paradis. We will do the same to the frontier, given the...
Where was order and dignity
Can I
when
kill
you
him?
burned Fior Messivernal?
My administration had nothing to do with that. Adir in rule and rule by the Steel Garrote would be markedly different beasts.
Spoken like a fucking diplomat. Splitting hairs when it all comes from order and dignity. That's what you think.
You will take it all. Well,
The Inquisitor answers only in attacking Paradis. She has dragged... I've answered your questions. Now, Lodwyn has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send it What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Lodwyn, you should know what you're fighting for. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. The Living Lands would retain its own laws under a grave appointed by the Emperor. The grave would be expected to promote and develop the Living Lands to our mutual benefit. They would divide the island into administrative districts and see them governed by... The island would provide tribute in the form of resources and taxes. And in times of war, the Empire, I should note, is nearly always at war. In return, the Living Lands would enter Adir's sphere of influence, and should outside nations attempt to invade, we would come to... Naturally, that would be the Emperor's decision. Only the strong survive the frontier. But you were born to rule. Well,
We give up our fighters and the wealth of our lands. And can you wield a promise, envoy? Can you drink it like clean water?
A grave room could work, so long as trade keeps moving through the Scarp and you're willing to serve as our go-between and we'll have cannons enough to deter the adherents from trying anything.
when the Empire demands its tribute, from where will it come? Emerald Stair is not the breadbasket it was. If we accept this deal, I fear we are building a trap certain to catch our own legs.
Tribute, he says. Taxes. Soldiers. The Empire has tried it all before. Look to the east. They want to bleed us dry. To fill their coffers and fight their...
It's still a gamble, but I think it's the safest bet. We get the benefits of Imperial trade and protection without losing all of what makes this special. There's no way of knowing what it would mean in another generation or two. But right now...
We were fine before Adir showed up, and we'll be fine when the...
If we give Adir power over us, we can't be...
Yeah.
Subtle, pernicious, cut the rot, yet the disease remains. Safety among spiders. A web gleaming with dew. They weave, they...
Of course.
No.
Oh, Envoy, no. Think of the Emperor. There were ones which this conclave could not survive. Not unless you came together and formed a nation of your own.
Mm-hmm.
It would be difficult. No. Think of your people, all of you.
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you. I like the idea, but the wardens cannot continue their vigil without water. If the others would...
It's a nice idea, but consider the costs. If we walk away from a relation... But the people of Thirdborn have friends in the world. I'm sure...
With the Envoy's support, we'd have a god in our pocket. What could the Empire do together? We could repair Fior and create... It would be the honor of my...
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is one thing. Setting up... We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on... We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is...
We were fine before Adir came.
Alright,
I think we ran things perfectly fine before you...
Rest into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft.
Of course. The living lands would become an extension of... Soldiers bearing the flag of Adir would be garrisoned in every town. Their roads would be... Our customs would become their customs. Turned toward a... This island would be safe for the first...
The traditions of Solus are what give my wardens their strength.
Yep.
Without, I would sooner walk my people into the acids.
What need does Thirdborn have for the protections of Adiran soldiers?
I agree.
And
under Adiran rule, your countrymen would strip my... I cannot betray...
Yeah.
the Adir's promise. Clip our feathers as we find. The deed binds as the wire binds. To drown us. Why were we set free?
He would suppress our culture before it's had a chance to grow. If you have any love...
Rawatai built its empire from colonies like this. Many have become similar. Of course, it can take decades to get there. But...
It shall be peaceful in that all dissenters will be silent.
Living Lands is a lot of things, but it will never be...
Yeah, no, I
Adir
agree.
should turn back now and save everyone a bunch of blessed day trouble.
Well, let's not twiddle our...
Official call. I think we should fight for United Living Lands.
Envoy, be reasonable. Give these people an ounce of agency, and there's... Wodica have mercy. Well, what will the...
So this is what I want. I would prefer we keep to ourselves as...
the Living Lands is going to need trade partners if we're gonna make it out here. I support a grave rum.
I must throw in with Thirdborn.
Well, it's hardly unanimous. A grave room at...
I do not trust your empire to show restraint in its control.
we can worry about the future when it comes. This at least gives...
Right. Might as well go ahead and start designing those rebel flags sooner rather than later.
Good.
I will do my level best to convince the... That leaves the matter of Lodwyn and the Steel Garrote. She will... You must kill her.
Whatever happens...
She better...
I'm proud to fight it.
Let's get to work.
The Paradis
I don't
militia
like
will be
this.
at your back. Give her... We...
Time to stop this.
I want to load. Fuck. Let's hope this isn't too far back. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do all that. I actually don't like the grave room idea.
Me?
When you...
What?
The...
Everyone?
Hmm. Let's see. What else? Let's see.
Sabat, but the there won't.
We're
Unfortunately,
gonna skip through this.
What?
Let's see. Come on. I ended up talking to her for quite a while.
Let's...
Sapadal.
Keeping...
Yeah,
well,
we've...
But come and quit.
You can't be serious.
No.
Don't do this. But I won't fall. No. If you do this, you better say goodbye on.
I thought you were...
The wardens would...
The living...
How many... No one will stand with you if you do this thing.
See other people.
Excellent. Lodwyn, what will his representatives find? Before you face Lodwyn, you should know what...
Yeah, let's do...
Well...
Yep.
Oh, gods have mercy.
Sorlus and her wardens stand vigil with the living lands.
Nice.
By grit and steel, Thirdborn stands with the living lands.
Fjord and her Annie.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for...
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope...
God, they made the right decision.
Finally, some...
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Lodwyn and the Steel Garrote. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis. So long as her passion for Wodica lives. So...
Then we destroy her faith? I have a theory about this. Let's talk it...
It is not,
No, I'm a big... No.
The living lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks.
She better say her goodbyes.
I'm proud to fight at your side.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
Oh yeah.
Paradis militia will be at your back.
Yeah, the United Lands is
no
the way to
quarter.
go. I thought they were
future
actually
waits
going to
for you.
vote on that, but I was kind of surprised that they voted for the Griffin. But you know, I think reloading it. I know we skipped a lot of stuff, and I don't think all that extra dialogue. It's more to inform the player from what it sounded like the first time. But yeah, the United Living Lands definitely seems like the way to go.
Thank you for deserving it. Now,
Show them that the living lands will not be...
we will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. May all the god...
Let's take back the city together.
Time to stop the...
Let's do it. She said she has an idea, so let's see what that idea is about, right? I know we spent like 15 minutes in dialogue just to reload a save, but technically, like I said, all that dialogue is just to inform the player and make sure that they know what choices they're making. I hope I didn't miss anything that changes an ending, but yeah, I thought the vote was gonna, have them vote on the United Living Lands.
Save some for the rest of us.
But seeing them vote for the other option made me realize that
we're fighting for the survival of the lands.
Now we.
You should get
the right way to do it. So I'm glad I reloaded the save.
Right. Things feel different now. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but putting my life on the line for someone else's cause. You helped me through some rough Sokka, Envoy. Your cause became my cause. We're about to go out there and risk our lives for what? A concept of how things. We might die, all to determine who sleeps in the nicest house in Paradis until the island decides it's time for a change. It's fine. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Careful you don't get. I'll be all right.
Can't sleep? We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands.
Mm-hmm.
Your emperor will not be pleased. Political influence is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
When a
that's true.
godlike fights in battle, people take note. The Adirians will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time you were told to pick a side. And I fear it won't be the last. This conflict has really pulled you apart. Worse, from what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. When he promises you the world, don't listen. I'm glad we understand each other. Time for you to get some rest. In truth, I've been thinking about the Inquisitor. A Death Guard clings to their existence by force of will. Stubbornness, unfinished business. Lodwyn is held together by faith.
Challenge your faith?
Precisely. Faith is the foundation. But according to her faith, Sapadal should not exist. By that logic, you shouldn't exist either. That's my point, exactly. You are the godlike of a heretical god. A country. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Her entire. Who knows? Maybe that. Or maybe not. Whatever happens.
Let's do it.
Thanks for talking.
I'm still shocked that they voted on a brief room. But I guess it makes sense, if you're allowing them to choose to have you choose the in-between option, or the games that automatically choose the in-between option rather than the good or bad.
It's no use. We're overrun. Go on.
Alright, fuck this. Who the fuck are... what?
This shall be a bloody day.
I actually find it hilarious that he's helping.
Found you.
Fuck the steel rope.
Stop right there.
Let's finish this.
Hell yeah. Boom. And Giada, I'm gonna have you heal me. I love doing that. Fucking love that so much. What? Everyone's got lots of loot on them now. Doggy.
Nothing like a win with
All those good. Hell yeah, some more lockpicks even. Fuck the steal the road. Boom. Boom. You're dead, boy. That grenades I gotta remember to use too. Fucking love that we have him on our side. Good, very good. And die. Die again.
Go ahead. I'll hang back.
We're done here.
The gate.
That's done? Who's hungry?
All right. Continue onward. Fucking clerics. Stuck there. Let's go. All right, all right. You know, even though the all the endings, the differences aren't really that big of a difference, or like they are, but the endings are just different cutscenes, which I'm definitely gonna want to look up and, you know, just at least watch all the different possible endings, from the good one that we're doing to, you know, even joining the Steel Garrote ending.
Weapons ready.
I want to see how bad that one is. Fuck this. I'm just going to the main plaza. This is taking too long.
Someone there.
Envoy.
What the? Those are huge. Alright, I thought we were fighting, you know, how they were as big as they were when Sapadal was fighting, but clearly not. Let's see, who do we want to use this on? Nice, that was badass. Once a minute, okay. Holy crap, those Volca machines are fucking insane. Look at that giant thing over there. Fuck. Fuck you. Can I do this again? Yes. And you are done for, motherfucker. I definitely think my essence generation was much higher in the garden. Well, that's why we were able to just continually assault everything. That's who that is. I was like, yeah, except what the fuck are we supposed to do against that fucking thing? Was this open like this the whole time?
Boudica demands your submission. Stand against her.
That's Lodwyn ahead.
Could I have just ran past everything?
I'm with you to the end.
I don't know. Alright, Lodwyn.
There you are. So, did you come all this way just to try your luck again? So you say. But you... I can't wait to prove you... Silence, child. The adults. Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He failed.
Oh. Her order wields sharp steel. She must...
You can tell Boudica yourself once we've sent you back to the wheel.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment. Treaties can be burned. The hands which shook over whatever deal you struck can be lopped off. As for you, Sapadal's chains are broken.
which means your soul. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, Envoy. Do not patronize me.
Yeah, I'm not patronize you.
I have every right to steel yourself, Envoy. Make.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
Damn.
If my theory is correct, the righteousness of the old gods is no longer certain. And for one of your kind, uncertain.
Interesting theory. But will...
My parents died in the name of research. If I must follow their example to the grave,
then we'll see who tried. Fair.
There's no coming back this...
Let's finish this.
Nice.
Together.
Once I'm done... You're god of...
Worse than wrath! We are every we will always grow.
Nice.
No more.
Come on. Easy. You're doing easy. You easy, girl.
Whoa! Queen among queens! Send me your aid!
Alright. Alright. Now this is a fight, motherfucker. No? Yes. Fuck you. Nice. Nice. There we go. Come on. There we go. That's gonna be nice. Yes. See, do I have that? Yep. We're gonna finish you off right here.
Again! Help me! One last time!
Nope, not gonna happen. Alright, maybe one last time. Oh, fuck you. Alright, let's get these guys out. high. You're doing a great job being a meat shield. It's fun. Come on. There won't be a next one, boy. Oh, okay. Alright, I see how it is. It's gonna be consistent. It won't matter how many of those fuckers you kill. It's all about killing her. Ah, fuck. There we go. Yes. The fucking chaos of this right now. Come on. There we go. Come on. Some more seconds. I can at least do this. Finishing you off with this. What the fuck? How? Come on. They just keep killing her until there's nothing left. Alright, we have those guys. Let's see. Go. Giada, you're being real helpful right now. One more time. There we go. Boom. Let's go. I just keep beating her down. Seconds? She ain't gonna last 30 seconds. But I will let this go. And that's how we're at. Gone. don't think that sound is something we're supposed to be
Wherever
hearing.
Lodwyn is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for, but we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Guys, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Nice.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradis.
That's a game?
As though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it. The ringing of a distant bell. The waving of banners. And cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand.
Fuck yeah.
The Paradis militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next,
Nice.
you have won their confidence. You take a
Hear,
moment
hear.
to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The dream scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the living lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradis return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust.
Nice.
Through shared adversity, they find common ground. The ashes of Fior Messiverno continue to smolder. Scavengers avoid the ruins, fearful of spirits unleashed by animancy gone awry. The once promising city is nothing but a cautionary tale. For the people of Shatterscarp, independence is bittersweet. Those who cannot withstand the grief inflicted by Ringgrim's spell leave the settlements, vanishing into the wilderness. Those who remain find themselves forced to cooperate with others, often begrudgingly. With so many dead, the need to stave off hunger outweighs any distaste for certain trading partners. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the living lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. For the first time in many years, Kai feels an agreeable restlessness. Not to flee, not to drift, but to venture. He visits the distant shores Tama told him about, and savors the modern marvels, ancient wonders, and breathtaking expanses he beholds. His heart swells, not with grief, but with awe. There is so much to discover, and he will spend his years chasing all of the joy and beauty the world has to offer him. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed,
Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regained his former place as a warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn.
Good.
Acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada turns away from animancy, charting a new course in life. The old rules don't apply to her. She has no responsibilities other than herself. Writing, music, sailing, sewing, love.
Nice.
She tries everything, masters nothing, and finds the inner peace that eluded her as an animancer.
Happy for her.
She still carries the phantasmal focus, but it doesn't feel as heavy as before. In a past life, Yatsley was given a task: protect the history and knowledge of the godless. Now, many lifetimes later, she continues upholding that oath. She moves into the library in the garden, spending her days poring over the clay tablets there.
Aww.
But not even the letters from, and rare visit to, her lover help ease the loneliness that
Maybe she
fills
should
her
have just stayed
days.
with Qualici.
Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sapadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon.
Hey,
the
Philandra,
rage that
thank you
once
very
shook
much for the
cities to
follow.
rubble
Appreciate it.
no longer
Coming in a
rules
little
them.
here towards
Instead,
the end.
they
We're
come to
basically
you
at the
with
final cutscene.
questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully
Appreciate the
eradicated.
comments, but
Their grief
I
compels
don't really
them
add
to
people on
love,
Discord.
and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sapadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue
Ah,
they
that's what
claimed
it
from
was.
the Temple of Aethys.
Hmm.
Newly embodied, they roam the living lands and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel.
Mhm.
But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together.
It's really cool.
And in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts. And on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
And there you have it, folks. And that is how we end our journey in Avowed. Well, I don't know what to say other than I definitely think the United Living Lands is the correct option. I'm glad Sapadal had the body to that we freed early on to explore. Kai, I'm really happy for. Giada, hell yeah. Animancy's cool, but live your life, girl. Marius, also happy for him. Little curious as to how it would have been with whatchamacallit, if we had either A, let the keep get burnt, Solace Keep, and 2, what the differences would be with creating that trade grief union, whatever it is, with the deer. I kind of feel bad for Yahtzee being alone, but at the same time, someone needs to keep, the knowledge of the Akira. However, maybe she should have just left it behind and been with Quilichi. I do think, though, even though it is lonely, as mentioned, that was still a better option than going and being part of Ringgrim, even though she loves magic. She's always studied the Akira, or whatever it is. So I think that's the second best ending for her. First one would have been with Quilichi, but Chiara got her calm ending. And unfortunately, Yahtzee, no one else can do what she does, so it's another sacrifice. But at least she still gets to see Quilichi, at least a little bit. All right, folks. Well, on that note, that's all she wrote. We're finally done with Avowed. Since we did finish it, I don't know if I'm going to do a little surprise stream tomorrow or not. If I do, it is probably going to be some Atomfall. Whether I do or do not, Saturday's Atomfall stream is still happening. However, if I do do a surprise stream tomorrow of Atomfall, maybe Saturday's stream will only be about 2 hours instead of 3. That's the only real difference. Sorry, I'm a little sun's coming in. Yeah, so I'll catch y'all either tomorrow or Saturday for the next Atomfall stream. Gonna be getting, into the pretty much middle section of that game. And then as mentioned, I do want to get back into Assassin's Creed, but with me going on vacation next Friday, meaning we've only got Saturday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and maybe this tomorrow, so 3 to 4 streams left. I think I'm going to focus them all completely on Atomfall. Or at least... Yeah, I'm probably going to just focus them all on Atomfall. If we're able to get Atomfall done as well, that would be ideal. And if not, well, when I get back from vacation, we'll make sure to finish Atomfall before going back to Assassin's Creed. I think we've been away from Assassin's Creed to a point where once I go back to it, I want to be consistent with it, especially before we get into the real meat and potatoes of that story. So I think we're going to focus up on Atomfall, try and finish that. Worst case, we finish it when I get back from vacation. And then we'll be able to fully focus on Assassin's Creed as our Tuesday, Thursday streams. And I think we're going to do Metro Exodus will then be our Saturday streams. And those will be the only 2 games that we'll be playing. All right, y'all. That was awesome. Very abrupt ending, especially just, and Lodwyn's dead. Yay, we did it together. And then, these cutscenes, or not cutscenes, these static images with voiceovers play, which I don't mind it, especially when there's lots of differences. It sort of wraps it up, but I would have liked, let's kill Lodwyn, maybe a cutscene with everyone together, a little bit more, and then you can show in those static images of, what has happened down the line from our choice and consequences. But anyway, y'all, I digress. Damn, if this game wasn't so long, and I kind of wish I knew exactly where all the branching choices were, because I would love to have saved at each one of those, and obviously I can go back and at least get the different endings, but it ain't worth the time just for the achievements. Personally, I'm going to just go to YouTube and watch all the different static image, dialogue, ending options for whatever choices we had, or we could have had. Spend 15-20 minutes watching that and be like, okay, that's what, if I made that choice, that's what, if I made that choice, that's what we would have seen, just to see, the different outcomes. But overall, good ending. United Lands was definitely the right choice. I'm definitely interested to see if you go the full Steel Garrote route, what kind of end game static images with voiceover we see. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank and keep calling it that, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm proud that we got this done. You know, it was definitely an adventure. Got a little slow in the middle there, but the culmination from Ringram onward was great. You know, it stumbled again a little bit when we got to the dusks. It felt like, oh, and we're back into a new zone. We lost the momentum, but it was a small enough zone, and it was, again, full of enough important choices that I didn't mind it. But yeah, I feel like if we could have cut the fluff out a little bit more with less side quests and just the main quest. If you focus on, you got to do the side quests to stay leveled enough with all the gear wise to really get through it, which is a good and bad thing because, you know, it makes you explore the rest of the game. But if you're trying to do a replay, or, you know, you just want to blitz through the main story, which is the best part of the game is the main story and the choices, it definitely makes it hard to do that. So pros and cons of both things. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, y'all. Thank you, everyone, for joining, as always. Appreciate any lurkers. And we did it. We finished Avowed. Have a great night, everyone. I'll catch you all either tomorrow or Saturday. DRock out. Peace.